Hi everyone, hope you're okay today. So I'm just going to explain to you a little bit of information on the resource that you've downloaded. So this resource is really helpful with regards to switching your nutrition around from weight loss to running performance. We all have different purposes of reasons why we want to lose weight and why we want to improve our running performance. But it's important to know that you can use these systems every single week and you can switch them around. And we need to consider a few factors as well, because if we are wanting to focus on weight loss, you can prioritize this a little bit more by mainly more days of this method than you would potentially do with the training sessions high. So let's just say, for instance, you're out of season, you're not necessarily got any races planned, you're not necessarily wanting to perform at your very best, but you just want to maintain your running performance goal. What you could potentially do is focus a little bit more on this area and prioritize your weight loss goal. And then when the time comes when you want to focus a little bit more on your performance, you can reduce the days that you're actually focusing on this method here. So let's just say, for instance, as a suggestion, you want to lose weight, but you still want to maintain your running performance, maybe on a long run on the weekend. So as a suggestion, you may do 5, maybe 6 days of this method of training low, where you're dropping your calories down, you're being in a calorie deficit, you focus on the foods that I've shown you on here. And then when the time comes when we want to go to training high, we can focus a little bit more on just getting maybe 1 or 2 days to just maintain our performance on that long run that you wanted to get out on the weekends as well. Because what you're going to generally tend to find with anything that we are wanting to focus on with weight loss, it's important to make sure that we can promote some form of recovery by maybe upping our calories on a certain day and our carbohydrates just to fuel our runs, because I'm sure you want to go out for your runs and enjoy them at the same time as well. So nutrition is important to relate it to that session that you're doing and your main purpose within your calendar year. So try to focus on them things. Have a little look at the training sessions that I've got here with regards to the nutrition side, which is going to help and support you to move forward with your goal as well. So all of these foods here are really helpful. The calculations, I mean, for me to know exactly where you are would be really challenging. But this is just an estimation of around about where I would suggest you be. For your protein, honestly find if you can hit a certain amount of protein within your diet, it's really helpful because it's going to keep you fuller for longer. It's going to boost immunity levels. And also as well, if you're consuming plenty of vegetables within your daily diet, within the training sessions low, you're probably going to be able to consume slightly more volume of food as well. And it's just going to really help you out with promoting that deficit as well. So the type of foods that you're consuming within your major meals is really helpful to make sure that you can hit the calorie amounts of what I've given you as well. With the calorie amount given, some people go a little bit lower and some people could go maybe slightly higher on this as well, depending on where they are, if they have cravings or if they just feel like they don't necessarily want to eat any more than what the calories is being given. It depends on the person as well. So that's really difficult for me to figure out, but I can also make sure that I can promote this a little bit more in my services so you get even better results. So if you're interested in any more information on that, let me know. So that's what I probably suggest doing for now. Focus on them things. Now for the training high section as well, which is really helpful for you to move forwards, is we may want to promote a little bit more of a higher calorie and higher carbohydrate amount through majority of the days that you're doing when you're leading into running races or you're upping your mileage for, let's say, a half marathon or a marathon or so. So it may be like a couple of months of you focusing a little bit more on more days of the week than you would potentially do for a deficit. So we've switched it round now. We've gone from, you losing weight to maintaining your running performance to you maintaining your weight to improving your running performance now. So we've switched it round. So what we would do here is we may focus on training high for maybe 5 days. You might be getting your calories up quite high now to a maintenance level, and you're upping different types of foods which contain more carbohydrates as well to help you with your performance. So what that could in fact look like is you might have 5 days and then maybe put yourself in a deficit for just the 2 instead of the 5 or 6 that you did in low. So it's important that we have that switch over, and I think that can really help you move forward with your goal a little bit more. Now, when you're leading into, let's just say, a race, for instance, you may need to really focus on getting like a training high for more days than what you would do normally. So as we know about the taper going into running races, so this could be like 7 days before, or even like 5 days, you could reduce it down slightly depending on the person. You would make sure that you'll get going for the training high method and you're consuming enough carbohydrates, enough calories to get yourself the performance that you want. So that's important, because you'll be aware that like sometimes, you know, 0.8 grams, 8 grams of carbohydrates per kilogram is really, really challenging for you to make sure that you can get that amount in there.